Hello, welcome back to my channel. Just before the inquiry continues into the John Barilaro appointment to the Americas, there is some other stuff that's come out in the last 24 hours. So this is about the London appointment that was brought up in the inquiry last week. Now, this implicates Dominic Perrottet and John Barilaro. It says Dominic Perrottet and John Barilaro personally guaranteed $800,000 salary package, the New South Wales Agent General claimed. Yes, this is what we heard, that maybe that there may have been some interference in this. So now the inquiry is extending further into the other positions. So they're going to examine this one and all the other positions now. So it says Dominic Perrottet and John Barilaro personally negotiated a lucrative remuneration deal for the state's Agent General in London, and an email seen by the ABC suggests. So remember that the government's had to hand over all the correspondence. So it's all coming out in the open now as to what exactly has gone down. New South Wales' suite of overseas postings and the recruitment processes used to fill them have come under the microscope this year after Mr. Barilaro was appointed Senior Trade Investment Commissioner to the Americas, a job which he has since withdrawn. The ongoing saga raises questions about whether ministers tried to influence the recruitment of these roles, which are public service appointments. Stephen Cartwright was appointed in the state's Agent General based in the UK in October last year. In March 2021, emailed to the government-appointed recruitment agent, Mr. Cartwright claims the then Treasurer, Dominic Perrottet, agreed to key expenses over and above the lucrative salary would be taken care of after an issue was raised with him by the then Deputy Premier and Trade Minister, Mr. Barilaro. In response from questions from the ABC, Dominic Perrottet denied confirming Mr. Cartwright's salary and expenses packages. Mr. Cartwright said in an email his salary expectations were set by a conversation with Mr. Barilaro in February 2021, well before he was off the role. I had a very frank, open discussion about my circumstances. I've been on the package of over $800,000 for some years and have made financial commitments accordingly. And about his view, the current package on offer was not attracting the right calibre of candidate, he wrote. Apart from improving the base salary, he mentioned low fives. He indicated privately, of course, that he and the Treasurer had reached an agreement that the cost of suitable family accommodation, including cleaning, in an inner suburb of London could be taken care of by the New South Wales government outside the salary package. Wow. So again, Mr. Barilaro's parting words were, you come back and tell us how it can be made to work for you. So we've got Barilaro implicated again. In a statement, a spokesperson for the Premier said the decisions on salaries and expenses are for the public service, but added Mr. Perrottet had been given updates on the recruitment process, including from former Trade Minister Mr. Barilaro. Mr. Cartwright's appointment came after a preferred candidate had already been identified internally for the London role. In an email, Mr. Cartwright said he was fielding other offers and wanted the process considered quickly. I don't want to directly disclose my discussions with Mr. Barilaro, etc., or be accused of being unrealistic or playing hardball in negotiations. But my participation in the process to date has been shaped by these expectations, and I can't hold off other offers for too much longer. So I need a degree of certainty on this role ASAP. Mr. Cartwright is a former chief executive of the New South Wales Business Chamber. The ABC contacted him and he referred questions to Investment New South Wales. A spokesperson for Investment New South Wales said it was inappropriate to comment while the New South Wales Legislative Council inquiry into the roles continued. Investment New South Wales CEO Amy Brown, and as I've said, I think her job will be untenable at some point in time, that's my opinion, told the inquiry earlier this month that Mr. Cartwright frequently invoked the name of the then Premier during the protracted contract negotiations for the London Agent General role. Things were getting difficult. He seemed to find it a bit of a go-to statement. He'd say he would go to the Deputy Premier or the Premier. I think I said, good luck, but it's not going to change my mind, she told the inquiry. I got the impression he felt he had some sort of elevated status. The London Agent General role was classified as a public sector appointment and also went to the New South Wales Cabinet for approval. An ongoing parliamentary inquiry is examining the recruitment process for the Trade Commissioner role. On Tuesday, Mr. Perrottet said the process for the American role was flawed and not robust, while announcing his response to an independent review conducted by Graham Head. The terms of reference for that review were limited to the American role. When asked about the UK role, Mr. Perrottet said he was not involved in the recruitment process. I, in my Treasury responsibilities and my Premier responsibilities, ultimately leave that to the public service, and from time to time they will give you updates and they may seek your advice. This was an appointment that went to Cabinet and was appointed by Cabinet of the government. Mr. Perrottet said Mr. Cartwright and other trade commissioners applied in good faith and issues were with the recruitment process alone. Mr. Barilaro was the Trade Minister at the time and would keep me updated in relation to applications or what you have, as Mike Pratt did, as did Mike Pratt. But that was not a process I was driving. Mr. Barilaro did not respond to questions from the ABC. He has maintained he followed the proper processes throughout. So we've got Barilaro again in this. So is it Barilaro? Is it the Premier? I don't know. But again, we know that they're extending it to look at all the other trade roles. So I hope that gives you a little bit of a taste of what's to come today. We know that it's going to be happening very soon today. And just in case you weren't aware, the schedule is here. So let's open up the schedule just to remind you. And it starts in about an hour. So I'm just going to do a few little things before I sit down for the rest of the afternoon at 1:30. Managing partner of NGS Global, that was the recruitment company. And then the other panel member on the America's recruitment process will be speaking. So it's going to be a very interesting afternoon. So if you're free, I will post the link for the hearing below and you can join, you can watch. Yes, it's been a very interesting process so far. So as I said, I will definitely put that here so that you can get it out. It will definitely give you, hang on, where are we? It will definitely give you the links here. So let me just do that for you. Actually, it was on the schedule here. I'll put the link there. Here we go. Yeah, here we go. Yep, I will put this in the comments below and you are more than welcome to watch that. Okay, thank you for watching. I'll catch you again soon. Bye for now.